why your physique intimidates women, and how to fix it. Ever feel like no matter how much you work on your physique, the women around you seem distant? It's not about being too strong, but too intimidating. Yes, your muscles might be throwing off signals you don't even know exist. But here's the kicker. Women actually value something different than what you're putting out. Get ready for a reality check that'll completely reshape how you approach your body and how others see it. Trust me, you've been doing it all wrong. Welcome to Alpha Attraction, the channel where we skip the fluff and dive straight into strategies that actually work. Give relatable advice on love, dating, and style. You've probably noticed something strange. You put in months of work, maybe even years. Your gym buddies respect the dedication. Your trainer keeps pushing you harder. But somehow, the very thing you thought would make you more attractive is creating an invisible wall between you and everyone else. Today, I'm breaking down 5 critical mistakes that even the most fitness-conscious men make, plus a bonus revelation at the end that most people never consider. By the time we're done, you'll have practical solutions that work in the real world, not just in theory. Point 1. Most men chase single-digit body fat percentages, thinking they're creating the ultimate attractive physique. You see it everywhere. Instagram fitness models with veins popping from their forearms, abs so defined they look carved from stone, and skin so tight you could bounce a coin off it. So you follow the same path. You cut calories aggressively, spend hours doing cardio, and pride yourself on maintaining that ultra-lean look year-round. Here's what you don't realize. You're actually sending signals that make people uncomfortable. When you're that shredded, you're broadcasting something most people find unsettling. You're showing the world that physical appearance dominates your decision-making. Think about it from their perspective. They see someone who's willing to sacrifice social dinners, family gatherings, and spontaneous moments just to maintain visible abs. That level of dedication to aesthetics signals obsession, not discipline. Women especially pick up on this because they understand the psychological cost of extreme body standards better than anyone. The Rock provides a perfect example here. He's incredibly fit, clearly disciplined, but he's not walking around at competition-level body fat. He looks strong, capable, and approachable. Compare that to competitive bodybuilders during contest season. Incredible physiques, absolutely, but they also look like they haven't enjoyed a meal in months, and frankly, they probably haven't. What to do instead? Maintain that sweet spot between 12 and 15% body fat. You'll still look excellent with your shirt off, but you'll also look like someone who enjoys life. Your face stays fuller, which actually makes you more attractive. Your energy levels remain stable, so you're pleasant to be around. And here's something most guys miss. You'll perform better in every other area of life. Point 2. Most men assume that bigger always equals better when it comes to attraction. You see the biggest guy at the gym getting respect, so you chase maximum muscle mass. You focus on moving heavier weights, eating massive amounts of protein, and celebrating every pound gained. The logic seems sound. More muscle equals more masculine equals more attractive, right? Wrong. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Excessive muscle mass often makes women feel physically intimidated rather than attracted. When you're carrying so much mass that you dwarf everyone around you, you're triggering a subconscious response that's not what you intended. Instead of feeling protected, they feel overwhelmed. Instead of seeing strength, they see potential incompatibility. Women want to feel secure, not small. There's a difference between feeling safe with someone who could protect them and feeling diminished by someone who makes them question their own physical presence in the room. Think about Brad Pitt in Fight Club versus the current crop of heavyweight bodybuilders. Pitt's physique suggested capability without intimidation. He looked like someone who could handle himself, but wouldn't accidentally break you during a hug. Ryan Reynolds offers another great example. He's clearly muscular and in excellent shape, but his build complements his frame rather than overwhelming it. He looks athletic, capable, and approachable. Women can imagine having normal physical interactions without feeling like they need to be careful around him. What to focus on instead? Build proportionate muscle that enhances your natural frame rather than fighting against it. If you're naturally leaner, don't try to become a mass monster. If you're naturally broader, don't assume you need to carry 250 pounds of muscle to look good. Athletic functionality beats pure size every time. This approach pays dividends beyond attraction too. Your clothes fit better, which means you look more polished in professional settings. Your joints stay healthier as you age, which matters more than you probably realize right now. You maintain better mobility for activities with family and friends. And ironically, you often look bigger to others because everything's in proportion. Point 3. Most men strive for Instagram perfect physiques, thinking flawless equals attractive. You study fitness influencers, analyze their lighting, their poses, their symmetry. You work to eliminate every physical flaw, every asymmetry, every sign that you're human. You present yourself as having achieved physical perfection, and you can't understand why this seems to create distance instead of attraction. Here's what's happening. Perfection is intimidating because it suggests impossibly high standards. When you appear to have no physical flaws, people assume you expect the same level of perfection from everyone around you. Your physique becomes a silent statement about what you value. And if that statement is nothing less than perfect is acceptable, most people will assume they don't qualify. Perfect physiques also suggest high-maintenance lifestyles that most people can't relate to. They see someone who's clearly investing enormous amounts of time, money, and mental energy into achieving and maintaining that look. They start calculating what that must cost: the training, the nutrition, the supplements, the time management. Then they wonder if they could ever fit into that lifestyle, or if you'd have patience for someone who couldn't match that level of dedication. The approachability factor is huge here. Slight imperfections make you more relatable and human. They show that you're excellent without being obsessive. They suggest that you have room in your life for things other than physical perfection. People can imagine having conversations with you about topics beyond fitness and nutrition. What to embrace instead? Maintain excellent health and fitness while keeping natural variations that make you approachable. Maybe you have one shoulder that's slightly higher than the other, or your abs aren't perfectly symmetrical. These small human touches don't detract from your overall impressive physique. They make it more believable and relatable. Point 4. Most men display such rigid adherence to their training and diet schedules that they become socially inflexible. You pride yourself on never missing a workout, never deviating from your meal plan, never compromising your routine. You make fitness your primary identity and the main topic of conversation. You turn down dinner invitations because they don't fit your macros, skip family events that conflict with training, and generally structure your entire life around gym schedules. This creates what I call the approachability crisis. Your extreme dedication, while admirable, suggests inflexibility in other areas of life. People start to assume that if you can't be flexible about a dinner invitation, you probably can't be flexible about anything else. Women especially worry that relationships will always come second to your training schedule, that spontaneous moments will be impossible, and that you might have control issues that extend beyond fitness. The social isolation effect is real. Friends and family stop inviting you to things because they expect you to say no. Conversations become one-dimensional because fitness dominates your interests. Your relationships suffer because shared experiences become rare. You become known as the fitness guy rather than someone with depth and varied interests. What to demonstrate instead? Discipline consistency with built-in flexibility. Show that you can maintain excellent fitness while still being present for important moments. Be someone who can enjoy a special dinner without calculating every calorie, who can skip a workout for a family emergency without anxiety, who talks about fitness when appropriate but has plenty of other interests to discuss. This dramatically improves your work-life balance, which actually advances your career. Business networking becomes easier when you're not mentally calculating how social events will affect your routine. Your friendships become deeper because you're fully present instead of thinking about your next meal or workout. Your family relationships improve because you prioritize connections over rigid schedules. Bonus point: some men use visible signs of chemical enhancement as status symbols, thinking they demonstrate serious commitment to results. You might display obvious markers of steroid or performance enhancement use, treating them as badges of dedication. You ignore the deeper implications of what these signals communicate to others. Here's the deeper intimidation factor most people never discuss. Visible enhancement use creates immediate trust and health concerns. When people can tell you're using chemical assistance, they start questioning your decision-making in other areas. They wonder what other risks you're willing to take for short-term gains. They worry about future health complications and what that might mean for long-term relationships or business partnerships. This goes far beyond physical attraction. It raises questions about honesty, transparency, and judgment that affect how people interact with you in all contexts. Colleagues might wonder if you cut corners in other areas. Friends might question whether you're authentic about other aspects of your life. The enhancement use becomes a signal about character rather than just physique. What to prioritize instead? Natural development that showcases genuine discipline and long-term thinking. This builds authentic respect from peers and colleagues because they know what they're seeing is real. It creates sustainable health patterns that actually improve as you age, rather than creating future problems. Most importantly, it demonstrates integrity and thoughtful decision-making that establishes trust as the foundation for all your relationships. Let me quickly recap everything we've covered today. Point 1. Avoid the shredded trap by maintaining 12 to 15% body fat for optimal attractiveness and life balance. Point 2. Escape the size paradox by building proportionate, functional muscle that enhances rather than overwhelms your frame. Point 3. Reject perfection problems by embracing natural variations while maintaining excellent health. Point 4. Balance dedication by showing flexibility within consistency, proving you can prioritize relationships alongside fitness goals. Bonus, avoid chemical red flags by prioritizing natural, sustainable development that builds trust rather than creating concerns. These 5 insights will completely change how you approach your physique and how others respond to you. Like this video to support our growth and help its visibility on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel for daily content like this, and share this video with someone you know will benefit from watching it. Thank you for watching. We've recommended the perfect next video on your screen that builds on these concepts. We'll see you back soon on Alpha Attraction.